It was jungle.
He ate redwood or something.
Yes. And he flipped over and died in the manger.
Right, he was cribbing or chewing
Yeah.
on the redwood in the stalls and got in his intestines, Jongo.
Right. It was Chongo.
Yeah.
And he was
Okay,
my
what-
barrel horse. So
So you've been
I am
twice
now
before.
without a horse, and I'm devastated. And I was entered at the Monterey Fair Rodeo, and Jack said, "Oh gosh, poor Marian." And I said, "I don't have any horse, and we're already entered, and I'm gonna have to pay my entry fees." "Well, you could take Brownie." Well, Brownie's a bulldog horse, so I take him
He was
out.
old brown light.
Yeah,
Oh,
Brownlie.
that son of a bitch, you tried to run him around the
Right. So, and they're telling me go. So I get him in the arena that night up at the ranch, and I'm pulling him around the barrels, and I think, okay, well, I'm entered, I've already paid my fees. So Pat Flanagan picks me up, we go down. So I'm the third girl out, and by
I'm in
gosh.
the back.
Pardon?
I'm in the back.
And you were with us,
Huh?
So I am dragging
She
him
cried
around
and
these
cried
barrels,
and
and guess what? They missed my time. And he wasn't really bad. I think, it was a pretty good time. So I think, oh my God, now I gotta do that. Yeah, well, now he knows the outgate, and he has no mouth. So I have to go run him again. So I'm running him around, jerking him around these barrels, and there's this girl in a big black stud sitting at the outgate, and I holler at her, "I can't stop this horse, get out of the way." She doesn't pay any attention to me. I go straight into her, I go over the top, her horse goes down, and Brown Light is down, and he tries to get up, and his shoulder's dislocated, and I heard Jimmy Rodriguez say, "Oh my God, her brother's gonna kill her." Because they knew it was Brown Light. So we bring the vet over, and the vet says, "It's a dislocated shoulder, this horse is not gonna be any good." And he said, "I need to give him a shot, or we need to put him down." I said, "No." I put him in the trailer,
Cried all the way.
cried all the way with Pat Flanagan. We get up to the ranch, Jack
Yeah,
is
I
in
was
the
up to
kitchen.
You stopped.
Yeah, stop the punting. You stopped the punting.
No, yeah, that's right. We take him to Nolan's clinic. I didn't know him at the time. And my dad always used to say, use the older vet, Dr. Hilton, don't use any of those young dummies. And so out comes the young dummy, and it's Sunday, and I said, "Is Dr. Hilton here?" "No, he doesn't work on Sundays." "Well, we have to have Dr. Hilton because my dad said, like this little rich Roddy girl." And he said, "Well, I'm sorry we can't get him. I'll have a look at him." And I thought, "Well, you can look at him, but you can't touch him." And I'm crying, Jimmy's with me. So Nolan looks at him. By now, Brown Light popped his shoulder back in. He walks out of the trailer. Now Nolan really impresses me because Brown Light was small. Nolan throws his leg over him, gets on, and he's checking his withers, and he says, "This horse is fine.
Shoulders are even,
This horse is fine." And I'm thinking, does this guy
There
really?
was nothing wrong with that horse.
You're right.
That was a set of deal to have. Listen,
I felt.
I want to tell you what was really going on. That was kind of like Donna did to me.
Oh, yeah.
That was a set
Right.
up deal.
They'll always
to get
pull
acquainted
something,
with
right?
you.
So anyway, we go up to the ranch. Jack, everybody's waiting for me to come home from Monterey because he's going to Sacramento the next day,
State fair.
State Fair. So I go and I put the horse over and I got all the shadings out and everything. I put him in there, but I think maybe he was sedated. I'm not sure. So I go back to the house and they said, "So how'd you do?" I said, "I won third." "Really?" "She won third." But I said, "However."
Never got the check.
Corner.
You never did
Yeah.
pay.
I didn't give you your report.
I didn't
said,
get the amount
"But
on it."
there's a little problem," because I knew he was going to hear it from the ropers. So I said, I had a little run-in with this girl when I was going out the gate. Jack goes, "You did what?" "He's fine, he's fine." So we all go walking over, and I go in, put his halter on, take him out. Well, there was a little step coming out of our barn. What does he do? He falls on his knees in front of everybody. You remember that?
No,
Oh, I do. Down he goes. Now he's got his knees all screwed down. Anyway, the next day I'm to take him to Sacramento. You said, "Now you get him to Sacramento for me tomorrow." So
no amount money, horse falling
Right.
down.
So I load him up the next day. You hooked up my trailer, my car and trailer, and you said, "Get him to Sacramento because everybody's going to use him for bulldogs."
Yeah, bulldog.
Right, they were going to bulldog. You hooked up my trailer, and you plugged in. I said, "Is everything okay?" Because I don't know much about this. Yeah, it's all okay. I get outside of Milpitas, and I look at the rear view tires, and they're burning. You remember this? And I pull over, pop Brownie out of there, and my tires are now on fire. Edie and I are throwing, or Pat and I, whoever, throwing dirt on him. Some guy comes along, feels sorry for us. We go get his trailer. He brings me up to Sacramento. By now the rodeo is over. And I go pulling in, and Bob Maynard, Hollywood Bob, sees me coming in. He said, "Your brother's gonna kill you." I said, he said, "The bulldog had just ended." You don't remember that?
No, I really
Good.
don't. How come I didn't kill you?
I don't know.
I got no money, chief. Got no money in Sacramento, I didn't have my
I
Hazen
know he
horse.
didn't have his Hazen horse. You were off to another rodeo by that time. Oh my gosh. So how I met Nolan is,
I'm the one that did that.
yeah, Jack did it. He's taking credit for all of this.
Well, I did.
Right.
I
We
went
have
out to treat this,
Went for me, you'd have
what,
been.
this foot rod.
what rod cow we had. And Nolan's out there treating the cow and says to Jack, "You know, I just got out of the army and I haven't been married. I'm looking for maybe somebody to date." And Jack said, "Oh, you should try my sister. If you don't like her, she's got some friends." So anyway, then,
Shit, I got a bunch of sisters, just take
pick
it.
one. No. So then Nolan comes back, and this was a good thing. You and I had started dating then. And we called again about a cow. Did she have a prolapse? No, it was on the
No,
131.
we went up there and John says, "Here's this sick cow."
Right.
So I went up there and I roped her and I gave
Well,
her
no, I gotta back up though. I thought that Nolan, he kind of gave me the impression that maybe he was a vet and a cowboy. So my dad and I are up there. The cow is way up on top of the hill. Nolan reaches in his vet rig and gets this rope, and I'm thinking, oh, I guess he knows how to rope, right? Well, anyway, we're chasing the cow, and my dad nudges me and he says, "Shit, he's never going to catch that cow. And if he does, what's he going to do with her?" So Nolan's running after her, and I'll be darned if he doesn't throw this loop right on, catches her, puts it down around his leg, and stops her. And my dad says, "Now that's a hell of a man there." So he was pretty impressed with
So
Nolan.
then I proposed to Marian. So then I said, "Well, I got to go ask your dad for your hand in marriage." So I go in the bar and Jack sees me come in and I'm real nervous. And I said, "Is your dad here?" So quick, like a bunny, he calls Marian and says, "There's something going on."
Yeah, I was working at the dental office. Jack says, "Nolan's up to something. What do you think it is?" You know, he kind of picked up on it. And I already knew, because he had asked me the night before. So Nolan has to go back, and Dad's playing cards, whatever, with
Well,
Zimmerman.
Zimmerman there.
And Nolan's nervous, and Zimmerman won't get out of there. So finally Nolan asks him.
So I asked him, I said, "John, can I have," I said, "John, the cow's okay.
Yeah,
Can I have Marian's hand in